Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, yes, tamu sana. Yes. About 2 days ago now, Raila Odinga was in Homa Bay County. And then when given the podium, Raila made it clear to the whole nation that he's not in a hurry to declare his presidential bid for next year. That was about 2 days ago. And for those who have been studying Raila politics very keenly, I know you might have realized that Raila is not in a hurry or is very reluctant to declare his presidential ambition for next year. And that's not by an accident, but a well-scripted political maneuver to achieve other political objectives. So in this video right now, I want us to really see and really understand why Raila is very reluctant to declare his presidential ambition next year. Only about 12 months to the next presidential election. Why is Raila that reluctant? Because his perceived main competitor, William Ruto, is at the peak of his campaigns. But Raila is still very reluctant. That's our analysis and discussion today. Reasons why Raila is reluctant. Having looked at this topic very carefully, I've come out with 4 reasons. Or I strongly believe there are 4 strong reasons why Raila is still buying time, is still reluctant. The first thing I strongly believe is that there are still ongoing negotiations behind the scenes for a broader political alliance. You know, as of now, Jubilee and ODM are yet to finalize or formalize their merger agreement. And then OCA principals Kalonzo Mudavadi, Wetangula, Gideon, they have also yet to agree to support Raila Amolo Odinga or not. So behind the scenes, ladies and gentlemen, there are some high-tech or rather high-level negotiations still going on. So I strongly believe that maybe Raila is waiting for the end game or rather the outcome of all these political negotiations, after which he can now come out and just declare his presidential ambition. As of now, things might not be, they might have not settled on some deals. There are some loose ends still to be tightened. I believe that's the first reason. And then secondly, timing is not right. Because if you are also keen in Kenyan politics, specifically the presidential election, always they are just being decided about 3 months to the next general election. So Raila, being a seasoned politician, who I think he is, I know he knows that in Kenya, if you declare maybe your candidature early, then maybe the masses, you cannot create the euphoria that can sustain you to the voting day. So I strongly believe that Raila is waiting for the right opportunity to declare his candidature. And also that is also in conformity with the 48 laws of power. Law 35 stipulates that master the art of timing. Never seem to be in a rush. Patience is a virtue. Learn to bide time and only strike when timing is right. That's exactly what Raila is doing. Raila knows that time is not yet right. So he's waiting for the opportune moment, after which he will declare and then strike at that moment. So that's also a reason. He's waiting for the right time. Timing is also an issue here. And then thirdly, Raila is concealing his intention. That's also a law. Law number 3 in the 48 laws of power. And Raila seems to have read this book very well, the 48 laws of power. He seems to have really read the book very well and mastered the laws. Law number 3 of the 48 laws of power just tells us, always keep your intentions obscured. This way, your opponents cannot defend themselves, lead them astray, and by the time they realize your plans, it will be too late. So I also believe that Raila is also reluctant to make known his presidential ambition or maybe his interest next year just to conceal his intention. And that's also a political geniusity by the side of Raila Amolo Odinga. Because now, if you let your intention known, then your opponents can really have enough time to gang up and even counter you very, very effectively. But assuming that you conceal your intention, then it becomes very hard for your opponents to maybe regroup against you, for they don't know your intention. As of now, Raila is trying to make Kalonzo Mudavadi, Wetangula, and also even Gideon Moi feel that they have a realistic chance of even contesting or being supported for the presidency. The net effect of that is that these leaders are going to hang around Raila Amolo Odinga, because maybe one or two of them is expecting that Raila or even Uhuru Kenyatta or the duo can support them for the presidency. So as they hang around, then things will just take their own natural twist. And for they themselves will see that they are not better or up to the task more than maybe Raila Amolo Odinga. And that's the trick Raila has been using all his political life. If you look at 2007, when he crafted the Pentagon, Raila made all these Pentagon leaders felt that they had a realistic chance of even becoming the president or even being supported for the presidency. Then Raila subjected all these Pentagon leaders to a nomination, knowing fully well he was going to beat all of them in a nomination. I think looking at Raila today, that's some of the same brand. Maybe him and Uhuru Kenyatta are most likely playing. That they want to give Kalonzo hope, Mudavadi hope, Wetangula, and also even Gideon Moi hope, so that these people mile around the handshake. And at the right time now, then now they will just see for themselves that maybe Raila is the best candidate who can easily beat maybe William Ruto. So I believe that's also a very genius strategy by Raila Amolo Odinga. And then the fourth reason, ladies and gentlemen, while in Homa Bay, Raila made it clear that he's not in a hurry to maybe declare his candidature because they are still uniting Kenyans with the president. So taking literally from the words or from Raila's mouth, we can also assume and give him the benefit of doubt that maybe still uniting Kenyans. In fact, the only blunder maybe they might have done is that immediately after the handshake, Raila and Uhuru Kenyatta ought to have toured Kenya, and specifically, they ought to have concentrated their energy in Mount Kenya. They ought to have united these people, the mountain people and the people of the lake. They ought to have done that in the initial stages, but it's never too late. So we can also assume and take it literally from Raila's mouth that maybe has not announced his candidature, for they are still uniting Kenyans together with Uhuru Kenyatta through the handshake. That's also a possibility. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, I strongly believe that these four are the main reasons as to why Raila is yet to declare his candidature. He's still waiting for the right time. He just wants to conceal his intention. There are also still some negotiations still going on, and maybe there's also still planning of first uniting Kenyans before he just makes public his ambition. Those are all possibilities. I know there might be other possibilities. So you can let me also know what you also think by also dropping a comment. Why Raila is not yet to declare his candidature or his presidential ambition. So before I conclude, just as I did mention when we were starting, if you've just bumped on this YouTube channel for the very first time, kindly subscribe and also give this video a like. And for those watching us outside of Kenya for the very first time, very, very first time. Also drop a comment and let us know from which part of the globe you are also watching us from. God bless you. God bless Kenya. Tamu sana, yes, tamu sana.